Oh, hello, hello, Miss Naja. You're ripe already. You looking a little green today.
You know, this color's actually called chartreuse.
What'd you call me? If you offend me like that ever again, we're gonna have a problem.
Today already?
Ever.
I want problems. I welcome problems.
You don't want
with
problems with me,
I
baby.
welcome the problems. I want them. Okay, bring it on, George Santos.
She channeled her inner ancestry right there.
Bring it on. No, that was a viral video. This one guy.
I know.
Liar, pants on fire. Liar, pants on fire.
All right, let's get into this real quick.
Yes.
So today we're going to do something special and different. Do you like different, Barone?
I love different.
What are you on? Can I have some?
Just coffee.
This is like I see a big canteen thing of coffee. So he's probably had
I drink
a gallon.
80 ounces of coffee a day.
He's had
Insane. Okay, kids, don't do too much coffee, I guess. All right, so let's get to this. So this week we're interviewing a Twitch streamer. Okay, what's a streamer?
And what's
Twitch? A Twitch? Twitch is a platform where you go to be able to do live streaming. Essentially, you go live and with camera and all, whether it's you playing video games and the screen of your video game or you talking about your bullshit or whatever it is you do and you sell. And Twitch is a major monetized platform for these streamers to make actual real money. So remember when you would tell your kids or you were told by your parents,
absolutely,
get out of the basement, stop playing video games.
Go get a job.
That's not going to be a career.
Right. And now these kids,
they make more money than us.
Millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Sitting there playing video games and doing, they've garnered audiences. They have influence. And you met today's guest from being on
his stream.
Twitch. Yeah.
So I was on his Twitch stream. His name's Connor Eats Pants. I go on Connor Eats Pants Twitch stream, which is Fortnite Fridays. So essentially he interviews you while you're playing Fortnite, which is a game.
Did you play Fortnite before?
First time I did on his stream, and it was kind of funny because I was completely lost and I was getting excited as I was like, oh, that's from this game. Oh, that's oh my God, everybody's here. It's like a kibosh of everything you know.
Okay.
Like, and it's so crazy. Like everything meets
so me
everything.
As a Super Mario Brothers fan,
you'll see Super
Hunt.
Mario, you'll see Marvel Adventures, you'll see X-Men.
Legend of Zelda, like that's
you're like, yes,
generation.
you'll see all of that stuff. And I'm a big Mario fan, by the way. I play those games till this day on my Nintendo Switch.
If you're from New York, it's Mario.
Oh,
it's a Mario.
Mario.
Although, we got to talk one day about how a Japanese company made two Italian brothers, plumbers, into a Japanese cultural icon.
Sure did. Okay,
crazy.
So
anyway, so Connor Eats Pants builds this massive, interesting concept of what his streams are with Fortnite Fridays. And I love it. Connor Eats Pants. Welcome on into Pants on Fire with George Santos. Connor Eats Pants.
Hello.
I mean, dude, I got to say, going on your Fortnite Fridays was probably one of the most interesting things I've done in my entire life in media. Because
no way.
Totally.
You've done some interesting things in media, George.
But your stream, first of all, I had never played Fortnite. And that was my first time playing Fortnite, and I bombed it. And I've actually practiced a couple of times after because I have a really good friend of mine, Ashley St. Clair. I don't know if you know Ashley. She's a Fortnite geek, and she loves it, right? So she's like, George, you completely embarrassed yourself.
You're that bad.
Connor,
you really didn't do that bad, to be fair. Like, there's people that have done significantly worse. Like, you at least can the thing for a lot of people is using two sticks to aim. And, you kind of knew at least how to do that somewhat.
I don't know about that. Again, Connor crushed carrying me on his back on the game. It was pretty funny. But anyway, so I've never seen such an interesting group of a following like you do. You have a major following. Every time I'm in a comment on social media that your name is attached to, it really just breaks my social media account.
Okay.
The replies, the quotes, and it's insane. So I want to get into a few things. Like, first of all, how did you come up with Connor Eats Pants? Is your name even Connor?
Maybe. I keep that a top secret. Yeah. But
okay.
It's, I do. I came up with it from the show iCarly.
Okay.
You remember that? There's an episode where they tell the teacher that he eats pants. So when I was making an online name, I was just like, what do I remember? And that just came to my mind. I didn't think it would stick.
And it
but
stuck.
ended up working.
Dude, it's stuck. It's funny, and everybody
stuck.
seems to know who Connor Eats Pants is. And
Yeah, it's easy to remember, which is good.
no, I thought it was so funny. And I remember the first time that like you came in my radar, I was just like, I'm not going to interact with this kid. And he did not give up. Like this dude was in my DMs. He was on my comments until I opened DMs. And then I kind of got to talk to him, and he's really cool. We exchanged numbers, and he's like, you just can't share my number with anyone. I'm like, don't worry, dude. I know privacy more than most.
Yeah.
And I appreciate it more than most even anticipate.
So Connor, wait, I just want to know why. Why was it so important for you to connect with George?
Well, I think George is just such an interesting figure. There's so much to talk about. And like what I like doing with Fortnite Friday is like getting people you really wouldn't expect to be on there. Like there's like a bunch of like gamers that could go on and stuff. But like I think it's a lot funnier if like it's just someone you would not have any. You hear like George Santos is playing Fortnite and you're like, what is this? What? Like it's crazy. That's what I like to do with it. Yeah.
Yeah, and you've done this before with other people, right? It's not like I'm not the one-off. Like, what's your one of your most notable guests that you've had on the stream before?
Well, before you, I had Joe Exotic, who called in from jail. That was pretty funny.
So how was that interview?
It was funny. Like it was only like 30 minutes, and like I kind of knew that like because it was 30 minutes, I would have to like lead them along to like the end, like if I wanted to like get like confrontational about anything. So like it kind of ends with them getting mad at me and hanging up, which was perfect because it was like.
Wait a
30
minute,
minutes
you
in.
pissed off Joe
You
Exotic?
pissed off Joe Exotic?
I don't even remember exactly what it was. I was just like asking about like the Tigers or something, and then he was like, "You didn't even do research," and I was like, "Joe, nobody watched season 2." Like you didn't watch season 2 of Tiger King. I'm like, dude, nobody did. Like, it was,
Is there a season 2?
that's what I said, right? I was like, he was like, apparently that's where he issued like a bunch of corrections or something to like the first part.
So
Like,
we just interviewed Joe.
oh really?
Wait, before you tell him that, I want to know what you thought about Joe. Like, what was your overall opinion of him?
I think he's funny, and I think that like, well, I mean, I don't know how much you would agree, George, but I think that like he does like, I don't know how like right wing he actually is. I think he like knows that like that's his path to like a pardon. Because like
I agree.
Like,
I tend to agree
when I
with
would
you.
mention certain things and like who he would go on shows with, like he picked up on my humor, and I could tell he was like, oh wait, like this kid knows what he's talking about. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't
funny.
think he's at all conservative. I just think he knows it's his path to a pardon is through the conservative movement. And you know, God bless him. You got to do what you got to do. We just interviewed him. I thought he was a nice guy, kind of sweet. I feel bad for him, but I'm also an animal advocate, so I'm conflicted in this in some weird ways.
And I had the Adrian Dittman guy on recently too. That people like don't know if they're Elon or not. Like
And is
like,
that Elon? I thought that was Elon.
I'm
for the
pretty sure
longest.
it's him. I'm pretty sure it's him. Like there's like conflicting reports, but like some of it just adds up too much to not be.
Okay, wait, can you give the backstory? 'Cause I
So
have no
Adrian
clue.
Dittman is an account on X who sounds exactly like Elon, accent wise, but it's not Elon apparently. And a lot of people have already kind of settled it's not Elon.
Mm-hmm.
I just literally got pulled into the mix of is this Elon or not? Like about 4 months ago. Apparently, it's a long sought conspiracy. But I've seen them speaking simultaneously in 2 different spaces in the past.
Yeah, that was like one time, and it felt like that could have been like a planned thing because like you can like pre-record like some spaces stuff. And
So
like,
your
but
vote
just, like,
is it
I don't know.
Elon or not? Like, what do you think?
I don't know. I honestly don't
Connor,
know.
what
What
do
do
you
you think? Is Adrian?
I'm like 50-50. Like
yeah, I'm like there with
So
you.
this could be his fake account where he's just trolling everybody.
he
could
has
be.
fake accounts. I mean, we know he does. So
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right. So look, you have one of the most difficult audience demographics to encapsulate, which are Gen Zers. What's your secret?
Sure.
I'm not asking you to tell me what you do, but what's your secret?
I think,
You're a
like,
Gen
being,
Zer
like-
yourself, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I'm
Yeah.
99. So
There you go.
it's about Gen Z. Like I always Gen Z's kind of like you kind of look at it and you think like iPad generation, like grew up with like an iPad. But like people like me that were like born like 97 to like '02 sort of, like we didn't really get like Instagram or anything until like high school, which is still early, you know, different than a lot of people. But like I think it's kind of conflated because I look at like my little brother who's like only like 7 years younger than me. And like it's like a completely different generation, like different way he grew up, different everything. So I don't even know if I would say Gen Z, but it's to get that kind of audience, I think, like in a world that has social media and everybody's on display, I think you just kind of have to like be authentic. is the main thing. And I think that's why a lot of people do like you, George, even if they disagree, is because you're at least you. People know what they're getting with you.
Yeah, I mean, what you see is what you get. That's how I tend to be. Like, I don't try to like. I'm not a character, that's for sure. And I try to do my best to just be like consistent throughout. Last we spoke when I was on your Fortnite Fridays, you were going on a date. Did that date progress to anything, or was it just a date?
No, I don't think so. I don't recall that happening. I probably lied about the date, to be honest with you. More than likely.
You
I don't
lied
recall.
about the
So,
date.
Connor, I guess I'm a different generation than both you guys. I'm a little bit older,
Wait, you're older than George?
She is.
significantly. I know, right?
Okay, I'm kind of pissed at you for saying
It's
that.
surprising, right?
Fuck you,
I
Connor.
think more as a compliment to her than
No,
a...
to
Yeah,
me-
it's a compliment to her,
to
but at the
me-
back end, it's a fucking insult to
I
me.
like you already,
which is
Connor.
almost 10 years younger than her.
I like you already,
All right.
Connor. So, can like in layman's terms, for the people like me that think, because when I was coming up, the guys that sat and played video games all day, we didn't really want them. You know, we thought that they were lazy ones, but now you guys are creating entire
This
careers.
dude makes more money than we do playing video
You guys
games.
have entire careers doing this thing. Like, we see with Twitch. So what's your main, for people that don't know you, what's your main streaming platform and what made you get started?
So my main thing is Twitch. That's where like most like gaming streams are kind of done. I started like doing like just videos and like online content like when YouTube came out. Like I was like 8 or 9 when
Wow.
YouTube kind of came out, and like I was already doing like sketch comedy videos like with my friends, and then like recording like my DS for like Pokemon like battles and stuff like that.
I love that.
And I'd been doing that forever. And then when I was like 16, like I got a computer that could actually like live stream. And so I just started doing that for fun. And I liked that because like compared to like YouTube, like live streaming had like an instant feedback to it of like I could see people immediately engaging with what I'm doing. And like I liked improv in middle school. And that kind of played into that a little bit.
Yeah.
So then I just did that for a while for fun until it became a job.
What's the thing that
it's
sets
a job.
It's a job.
It's
But
a
then,
job.
it's like you're 16 years old. Your parents are probably like, go play sports, go join the band, go outside. But then you're like, nah, I'm doing this. When did your parents see like, oh, this is something that that our son can actually make a career out of?
Well, they were pretty understanding even like high school, because like I went to like a private Christian school, and I didn't really vibe with like most of the people there. So it was kind of like an outlet for me to like be online. And I think they at least saw that like I was happy doing that, even if it wasn't a job at that point.
Yeah.
And then once it became like making money, then like at least like my dad, for example, became like super like about it. It was like, oh, awesome, cool.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
So who was your first guest ever on Connor Eats Pants? The
For
Fortnite Friday? Yeah.
I did one like in 2020 during the pandemic that like with Soulja Boy, which was like just kind of impromptu. Like 'cause he was
What?
streaming.
Wow.
Well, he was streaming at the time. It was COVID. And so I called it Fortnite Friday then. And then I joked for like years after about like anybody I'd come in contact with, like, oh, let's do Fortnite Friday on my stream. And it was a joke until like beginning of last year. I started doing it again for real and like actually like organizing it. And so then when I brought it back last year, I think the first guest was Jacob Sartorius, who was like a TikTok kid.
Okay.
That way you guys wouldn't know, but he was like popular amongst like young kids a while back. But yeah, then from there I just kept
I
going.
love how you just called us old.
You did.
Yeah, like
You
Well, I
really
mean, I
did.
don't expect you to know like musically like Vine people, I guess. I don't know.
I actually know
Kids do
Vine
tell me
people.
about like those. Yeah.
I know
too.
some Vine
Yeah,
people.
yeah. Some of them. Yeah.
Nash Greer was Vine, right?
yeah. It was Vine.
Connor, so you're a streamer. You're on a platform called Twitch.
Yeah.
Can you explain to our listeners like how that's a job and not only
and
what's
talk
that
to
platform?
us like we're 50-year-olds.
Yeah.
So that we can
Yeah,
understand.
well, I mean,
She's almost
it's-
there though. so
Yeah.
it's not hard to imagine.
You get like ads that just like run on your stream if you're just streaming, and so that'll generate revenue, I guess. And then like you have like direct subscriptions, so like someone can pay like $6 a month and then get like access to like no ads on like my stream and like certain like emojis to use in like the chat room and stuff. Little benefits like that. You can also like directly donate to somebody and get like an alert on the screen or something, which some streamers do. There's a lot of different ways to monetize it. But yeah, that's the main. Those are the
What
main
is your
pillars, I would
most
say.
profitable way?
Probably subscriptions for most part for me. A lot of people get ads, but I don't stream enough to really generate enough ad revenue compared to my subscription revenue.
Gotcha.
How often do
I
you
just-
stream?
When I feel like it, like I try to do it like every day, but like if I'm not feeling like good or like funny, then I won't, because then it just won't be good.
Okay, this might be a dumb question, but there's no such thing as dumb questions. Why? Because you can live stream.
I don't agree to that doctrine.
You can live stream on YouTube. So why did you choose Twitch over the live streaming capability on YouTube?
Well, at the time, YouTube didn't even have live streaming in like 2016. But a lot of people still prefer Twitch just because there's like more of like a community baked in there. Like people don't go to YouTube as a website typically to look for streams.
Okay.
They go to Twitch knowing that it's only streams. So the audience is there for like live streaming.
Okay, so I did a little poll asking people questions to ask you, and I got some good DMs. So I'm going to ask you like questions that your followers who follow me too. By the way, I got about 10,000 new followers after I did Fortnite Friday. So shout out to all of Connor Eats Pants followers who follow me.
Awesome.
I appreciate the love. Thank you. Some of them actually subscribe and come on my subscriber spaces on X. So
really?
Yeah, and they're like, "I love you, bro. You went on Connor Eats Pants Fortnite Friday." I'm like, "Yo, this is great. You have a really contagious audience. I got to say, they're so into you and they love you." But questions. Number one, are you single, Connor?
Currently, yes.
Okay, so ladies, he is single. Just FYI.
Well, wait a minute. How do you know?
Oh, come on. I'm not going to get into that. I'm just putting it. Okay.
Saying, like,
ladies and gentlemen, let's be gender.
Ladies.
We have to be
ladies.
Okay.
Ladies.
Yeah.
I knew that. That's why I said ladies.
Well, I didn't. So.
Okay, sorry. Ladies, he's single. You heard it from the man first. All right. Second question. What's your favorite hobby other than streaming and playing video games?
I feel like it's kind of a boring answer because it's still like consuming media, but I would say like movies. I really like film. I thought I was going to do that before streaming took off.
Okay. What kind of movies do you like? Genre?
Pretty much anything except horror. Like horror just gives me anxiety.
I love horror movies. That's all I watch.
I can respect it as like an art form, but like
it's not your thing.
I don't enjoy it. No.
What kind of anxiety does it
I get
give
really
you?
into a movie. Like I'll get emotional during a film, like in a theater. And so like for
Me
horror,
too.
like I'll just like
I cry too in movies. Patriotic movies really punch me in the gut. Yeah. I like.
Yeah.
Like it's like you watch those like good feel patriotic type movies, like, and that's why I love this country. In the middle of a movie theater, like a lunatic, but whatever. All right, so those are literally what most people want to know.
They wanted to know: is he single, and what does he do for fun?
And just really, that's what I got. So Connor, here's something for you. You like politics, and we did an entire interview, and you were pretty staunch on some of your political.
I wouldn't even
views.
say I like politics.
But you have a knack for it.
I would say that like we live in a time where like at least as like a public figure, like it's noticeable if I'm not aware of what's going on in the world.
Yeah, who'd you vote for, Connor?
I voted for Kamala Harris.
Are you okay with that vote?
I mean, not really. Like it was more of like a I don't want Trump vote than it was like I like Kamala vote.
Okay. So it was more of a reject Trump vote, not a I love Kamala vote.
Oh, absolutely.
So
yeah, I think that's
I think the proper way to say that is I voted against Trump.
Yeah, that's what he did.
That's
but that's what usually politics has become, right?
Yeah.
It's like I always say, Trump didn't win 2016. Hillary was rejected, so on and so forth. People were pissed at Trump because of COVID, so they rejected him, and in rejecting him, they got Biden. And I think they were like, I think we fucked up. That's why he's back. So here's a question. What's your goal? Like, what's your wish list guest right now?
Rudy Giuliani.
You want Rudy Giuliani to come play Fortnite with you?
I think that would be incredible.
You know what?
Awesome.
I will ask Rudy myself to play Fortnite Friday because you asked me for Matt Gaetz and I told you he can't do it. But
you know you have Rudy Giuliani's phone number.
Of course, I love Rudy Giuliani. Rudy's like,
dude, please.
I love the
I've tried to tweet at him. I don't know if he sees replies, but like I know he's trying to raise money for legal fees. Like I'd be down to like get him to encourage people to help with his legal thing if he wants. Like
he doesn't need it anymore. He settled it. It's over.
He did. Well, he was tweeting yesterday about lawyer fees or something.
I mean, yeah, lawyer fees are a bitch. Trust me, I know.
Then that.
I just had my lawyers in studio earlier.
Yeah.
So he could like help raise money.
You know what, Mr. Mayor, you should come on Connor Eats Pants' Fortnite Friday stream. You're gonna have fun. But you got to put it at a very easy level so that he can actually play the game, though.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
But I'm going to ask you something a little more controversial. Okay, you're in LA. What's your assessment of the failures of California government and I mean, and I'm not going to go partisan here, but California government in general failed you guys from city, state, and probably even the federal government failed you guys with all the fires. First of all, were you affected?
I personally didn't have to evacuate, which was good. I had friends that were. What do you mean by like the failures of it?
Oh, don't you think that there was there was a system failure, right? The water issue, the water pressure, and I understand a lot of that. I'm just saying there didn't seem to be preparedness for something that is not very uncommon for you guys, and I think you guys could have fared out much better. As a LA resident, wouldn't you think it's your duty to speak out and say we need to be more prepared for Santa Ana winds and for, brush fires? We need to
I think we need to be more prepared, but honestly, like it was just so unprecedented in terms of the winds and the dryness that you really like even with access to like more water. I mean, it was just too fast and too quick to handle.
Insurance companies 4 months earlier notified the state that they were either they did something about fixing the brush or they were pulling out.
The fire departments did pretty good with what they could.
No, the fire departments did amazing with what was available to them. They're heroes, right?
Yeah.
But I'm curious as a
I don't know the logistics of like what happened with the water and stuff. I know it's often like misconstrued with like a lot of different.
There was one entire reservoir for the Pacific Palisades that was super bone dry.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know the logistics of it, but I mean I think the bigger issue is more so climate change and how that's affected. Making the sand and wind stronger, making it drier than it used to be in a lot of situations like that.
So you'll equate it to climate change and
100%, yeah.
But zero accountability for mismanagement and accountability.
I wouldn't
for
say
electeds.
Zero accountability. I mean, sure, there's mismanagement here and there, but I don't blame it on like the elected officials necessarily.
No,
I saw this article. There's one particular couple that had access to a huge piece of the water supply, and they just did not
were rich,
allow it.
and they had systems.
Well, then there's rich people.
Then there's like very wealthy people that probably had something to do with that not happening. So you're blaming like the government? Like who exactly are you trying to get him to
I'm not
blame?
trying. I just want his assessment as a LA resident on how this affected his life and how it affected the
I can't really speak as an LA resident. I just moved here like a year and a half ago.
Where'd you move from?
Where'd you move from?
I lived in Austin for a couple of years.
Are you
in Texas?
Texas kid?
Okay.
No, I'm from Atlanta.
You're from the ATL?
ATL,
Yeah.
shawty.
What part of Atlanta are you
Okay.
from?
I won't answer that, but I can tell you later.
Okay, sure. I mean, suburbs or Buckhead? Like, come on.
No, not that fortunate. No.
Connor, what makes you tick? Like, what makes you tick?
I'm a pretty chill person. Like,
But something makes you tick. Like, what motivates you? What makes you get up every day and like, okay, I'm gonna do this?
He's making money. The boy's rich
like
now.
Motivation? No, I mean, not even. I'm honestly like, I don't really prioritize money. Like, if I can like break even, then I'm pretty happy. I just like making people laugh. Like, that's where I get fulfillment, is like getting like any kind of like escape from like laughter or like things like that. Cause like growing up with like a lot of like anxiety and like depression and stuff going on in like middle and high school, like my escape was like online kind of content.
I can totally relate with you with the anxieties of high school.
Yeah.
And it sucked for me.
Yeah. So being able to like give people an escape in that regard motivates me.
Is it too personal to ask about, because I always like to, especially he was a teenager, I'm assuming, when that was going on. So I always like to understand the teenage mind and dealing with that. Was there particular things that were going on? Was it environmental, or can you talk about?
I mean, I literally just hated class. Like, I was popular, I had friends, and everybody would always be confused. But like, I wouldn't come to school and stuff, and I'd just be like, oh, like I have headaches. But really, I couldn't sit down and like write and like do all this for like 8 hours. My brain.
Was it like ADD possibly? Like you should have.
Definitely. There was stuff with that too. Like I just hated it.
Well, you've done well.
Did you finish college? Did you finish high school?
Yeah.
Did you go to college?
For like 6 months.
Interesting.
What made you say I'm out of here?
Well, streaming started taking off, and so I kind of had an excuse to do that. But also, like, I didn't want to declare a major. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was like, this sucks.
Yeah.
Any regrets for not doing that?
No.
You're pretty smart. Like, I would have guessed you went to college because you're well spoken, you're well versed. You gave me a run for my money when we debated some policies, and I'm pretty impressed.
He's well studied and he can
no,
read.
he's
I mean,
pretty smart kid.
I don't think you need to like go to school to like learn all that. I mean, you can like learn, you can teach yourself most things now with the internet.
I know some people that get all their news from Twitter and Threads, and TikTok.
Where do you get your news?
Yes.
My news, there's like certain like I guess like news channels, I suppose. But like not like TV. I mean, I'll turn on like the TV if like for like the fires going on here. I would watch the local news or like when the plane crash happened like last week, I'll turn on like a mainstream station as they're covering it. But
What
like,
mainstream station?
I no thought really put into it. I mean, it won't be like Fox News, I suppose, because that's a bit too partisan. I mean, but I don't know what's considered like nonpartisan mainstream news, like ABC.
There's no such
CNBC.
thing.
What-
CNBC, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah, CNBC is the most nonpartisan.
but still partisan.
It's partisan, but it's the
Yes.
least partisan of all
Does
of them.
it ever get to be too much for you? Because you're exposed to a lot of people on a daily basis, probably more than most. Do you ever have moments when you're like, I got to take a break. I need a mental health day. I have to step away.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's overwhelming, and our brains aren't built for like that amount of like feedback. I know a lot of
Stimulation.
streamers.
Yeah.
A lot of streamers that I know that I'm close with, like they stream a lot more than me. They work, I wouldn't say, I mean, yeah, work harder on a lot of it, but like it breaks their brain. Like
Yeah.
I feel bad for a lot of my friends because like
How do you stay sane then? Because it is a lot.
because I don't stream as much. I take more time to myself.
So you can be making a lot more money, you're saying?
Oh, for sure, 100%, absolutely, yeah.
What would that take then? Like, because you how many hours per week do you do now? And then like you said, you know some people who do have broken brains, but they're making all this profit. So
Yeah.
how much more would you need to do to get to brain break?
It's more like organization of my content, like where I upload and how I get like editors and like management and stuff to kind of help me output all that. That would help. It wouldn't, more hours necessarily wouldn't help as much. But yeah, it would be like more people working around me.
Do you have a team now?
I have like a few people that I freelance pay to like do certain things, but I don't have like a team totally.
All right, I'm going to ask you some really, really brain rot questions. What's your favorite Pokemon?
My favorite Pokemon? It always changes. I have like a top 10. Lately, it's been Pachirisu. I don't know if
See,
you know
that's
that
not
one.
even from the original.
No, that was from Diamond and Pearl.
Okay,
But
so
if
can
we're
we
going-
go back to like
You
the
know
Gen
OG
1?
Pokemon ones?
Gen 1? Can we expand to Gen 2 or no?
No, let's stick to Gen 1. To keep it simple, come on. There
I'll
has
say
to be-
Jolteon for Gen 1.
You like Jolteon, the EV thunder or lightning,
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it,
Lightning EV,
electricity
yeah.
type evolution. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I like all the EV evolutions, Vaporeon and Flareon too. But
Yeah.
I would say my favorite are definitely the legendary birds. So I'm like a big Articuno and Zapdos. I'm not a
Yeah.
Moltres fan though. Looks
Yeah,
like a
Moltres
fucking
isn't as
chicken on
good.
fire.
Yeah, Moltres is kind of boring.
You know this language, Naj?
Huh?
I say, you know this language?
Do you know
they're speaking?
Pokemons at all?
No.
All right, so last on this series of brain rot questions, Sailor Moon. Did you ever watch that?
Okay, so
No,
now
I
I
never
can
watched
tap
it.
in here because I watched Sailor Moon.
So Sailor Moon's like an old Japanese cartoon.
No, I know what it is. Yeah, I never really got into like much anime.
Obsessed. Sailor Moon was like it till this day probably is my after SpongeBob. Obviously, SpongeBob cures all my anxieties when
South
I'm having a
Park for
bad
me.
day. Yeah,
For
no,
animation,
like
for me, it's South Park.
Sailor
Like,
Moon
I
is
just-
right there. My favorite childhood
SpongeBob
cartoon.
is awesome. SpongeBob, like the first 3 seasons of that, like if you go and like look at the list of episodes
Yeah.
on like Amazon or something, like it's crazy. How, like every episode from those first 3 seasons
Yeah.
is like a classic.
No,
Like,
no, they're
every single
amazing.
one you'll
Fun
remember.
fact, guys, let me tell y'all.
Today she ate so much fucking onions. She recreated the
I
onion
did.
ketchup sundae
I
in
did.
Yeah.
studio, and then she's like, "Am I,
I was
ugly?
like,
No,
you
you stink."
SpongeBob smoke around me. It was like fun.
She was
But no,
great.
I can sing. Probably not today, but the entire theme song in the voice.
Oh, he lives in a pineapple under the sea.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, no, I love SpongeBob. Dude, a lot of people ask me, like, oh, how'd you get through all the shit in your life? I'm like, I would literally leave Congress, go home in
And
my
watch
apartment in
SpongeBob.
DC. And no joke. My husband would look at me like, are you fucking serious? I'm like, no, I need to watch at least 2 episodes of SpongeBob.
This is your decompression.
That's awesome.
And then after those 2 episodes of me sitting in a suit, like in front of the couch, she'd be like, are you okay? I'm like, now I can talk.
Yeah. Wow, that's a lot.
Like, yeah, no,
That's
it
a
was
lot.
Like, it was a lot. So it was definitely a lot. But I love SpongeBob. So let me ask you a question. Advice for people wanting to start as streamers. Like, I want to be a
Because
streamer.
there's all sorts
Do you
of
think there's a
streamers,
market
just-
for me and Naja?
Oh, for sure.
Can we
There's
stream?
definitely a market for you, George. 100%.
All right, do you want to manage my streams on Twitch?
Does not want to manage your stream.
I mean, we can see about that.
He didn't
Shut
say
up.
no because he knows their money.
He's like,
no, we can see.
Hey, wait, because like there is a market, but what else are people doing on there besides playing video games?
Some people just live stream what they're doing like in the moment,
Isn't there
right?
a girl that just like sits in a hot tub? Isn't there a girl like who
there's-
just sits in a hot tub all the time and like does nothing? She farts in the hot tub or something.
There's people that sit in hot tubs and do stuff like that. There's people that cover news and politics. There's people that do like real life kind of streams where they're walking around the street and stuff.
There's people that just sleep. Isn't there one? I feel like I heard about this somewhere. There's a girl who literally just streams herself sleeping.
I don't know if somebody only streams themselves sleeping,
Okay.
but
That
yeah,
seems
there's
like
certainly
would be a
people that will
market.
do like marathons where like they're streaming for like a ton of hours and like they'll include them streaming or sleeping and stuff.
Okay.
What's your longest stream ever?
Oh, for me,
Yeah.
like 12 hours.
How was your brain at the end of 12 hours?
Oh, I was super tired, but like that's nothing compared to my friend. Like I have friends that have done super long marathon streams.
Longer than 12
Give me
hours.
one good example of like a crazy marathon.
Like I know people that have done like 40 days of like streaming straight.
So essentially their entire 40 days on camera.
Yeah, pretty much.
So clearly we know they have no sex.
yeah, I guess so.
Unless they,
Yeah.
Unless
Yeah.
they're streaming that too.
They're sharing
Yeah.
everything.
Wow, that's when I say some people really need help. Holy shit. Imagine.
I could
40
not
days.
imagine having
40
surveyed.
days.
Like it feels like being surveilled, but you're volunteering.
It's like
for
Big
it.
Brother. I mean, the money has to be insane for it to be worth it.
Oh yeah, no, they make a lot.
I think I'm just going to
So
go
it sounds
stream
like
myself
addictive.
Big Brother style.
You should. That would be great. I think people would tune in.
Only if Connor manages it though, because he knows what he's doing. Like,
Hook him up,
I
Connor.
should do it. I should do like a whole 30
Well,
days.
that was
with George
like Kai
Santos.
Cenat did like that pretty much. Did it Big Brother style. I don't know if he did like a big marathon stream in November that was 30 days and
Ugh.
like he had like a whole mansion here and like cameras set up
I
throughout
think
the
I
house.
saw
It was
that.
pretty much Big Brother.
Just
but with
everywhere.
him.
Oof.
Yeah.
Well, he has like the tech and the team for that. So
Real quick, so is this a stepping stone for you? Like, do you see like what is the shelf life? How long do you plan on doing this? What will this bring you to
That's a great
something else?
question.
What is next from this?
I don't know if it would bring me anywhere else. I honestly think that like independent creation and like online YouTube, Twitch and stuff is like the future of most like media. I mean, it'd be cool to like get like paid by like a network to do something, I suppose. But a lot of times when creators do that, it doesn't feel like authentic or good. So I
Well,
don't
the
really know what
moment
it
you
looks
sell
like.
out to the networks, they also start editing you too much, and it takes away
is it
Yeah,
selling out
right.
or
je
is
ne sais
it?
quoi, you have.
Yeah, so I mean that's what I mean. Like people like the authenticity of doing it on your own, and I think that brings in people too.
But how long can you do that for? Can you do it till you're 50?
Right, because it's not selling out. It's
Yeah.
like you get sick of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly, I'm not sure. I mean, I could see myself doing something like this forever. I mean, like if I have like kids and stuff, like I don't imagine me like showcasing that like as like a public facing thing. So I don't know what I'd do. It just
So
depends.
you want kids? How many kids would you want?
I don't know. Maybe 2.
Okay, how
He
many
has to
siblings
go on the
do you
date
have?
first.
I have
before
one
he-
sibling.
Okay, so two worked out for you and your sibling.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I always think at least 2 is fair.
I feel like he has to go on the date first.
Oh, I mean, if he stops lying to me about going on dates, maybe he'll go on dates.
Yeah, maybe.
Would you date somebody that you met in one of your streams? Like if you saw they came consistently, they're like, "Hey, can we?"
Oh,
meet?
like a viewer?
Yeah.
No, not someone like that. No, I mean,
What if she's super hot?
How do you
well, I mean, if they're super hot, that's different, I guess.
Did you see the picture of this illegal girl that's being deported that looks like a supermodel that everybody's talking about?
Oh,
didn't
I
see
did.
that.
I think I know what you're talking
Okay,
about.
would
yeah.
would you deport her or would you just pick her up and date her?
I don't think I'd deport anybody.
No. Let's talk about this specific girl. Would you deport her or just pick
No,
her up
I
and
wouldn't.
be like,
I
date
wouldn't
her?
deport her. I wouldn't do that.
She's so hot,
He
right?
said he wouldn't deport anybody though.
Yeah, I get it.
So
Well, I
she's
mean,
included.
Him and I are different on that, but I've never seen a mugshot be so controversial in America.
Oh yeah,
Like,
we have
did
tons
you
of
see
like.
that? It was so
Oh,
great.
there's like a
I've
few
seen more
mugshots.
controversial mugshots.
Yeah.
I think hers in modern day. I think she. The outrage it created, it divided people who are like, deport them all. Like, well, no, maybe we want
Aw,
to keep
and
her.
he's- wow.
like,
In your
wow.
circles, George, I don't
sexist.
think that was that viral. Like, I'm pretty sure that like Trump's and like Luigi's mugshot were a lot more viral than that.
Okay, fair. I forgot about Trump's mugshot. Jesus.
And Luigi's.
So
Luigi just looks like a GQ ad.
I think
He's
they,
super hot dude, but he's crazy, batshit crazy.
We've seen a lot of people blow up. There's this one guy that got a modeling contract from his mugshot. Super brown skin. He had blue eyes. He's married to some billionaire chick now. I forget. I can't think of the guy's name, but yeah, we've seen a few dudes, like people, blow up off their mugshots.
No, let me ask you this: what kind of music do you like? You can tell a person's personality through music sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly like anything pretty much. Like I'll listen to a lot. I have like a soft spot for like pop and like 2000s pop, I guess.
Oh,
like,
we could be best friends.
Yeah, I know. I imagine. I was actually pretty gassed about like that new Lady Gaga song sounded like her old stuff.
Oh.
Yeah,
like,
so was I. Yeah, I actually liked it. I gotta say that's kind of my vibe too. Look, as we're getting close to wrap up, first of all, I want to say thank you for being here. But we do something on the exits with all of our guests, and it is a very fun game that you've probably played a lot when you were younger. Oh, you're still really young. 2 truths and a lie. So you just tell us 3 statements, and we got to figure out which one is a lie. 2 of them have to be truthful. One's a lie. Give us 3 things about you or stories that involve you, and we just got to suss out which one is a lie.
I have 3 cats. I shut down the White House one time, and my aunt married my mom's ex.
Damn. 3
Damn.
cats.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say I think the aunt married the mom's ex for some odd reason.
I don't think he has 3 cats. You want to know why? Because I'm looking at the background and cats destroy things. Like,
oh no, maybe this is his playroom.
There's literally a stuffed animal of a cat in the background.
Yeah.
Oh,
so I actually think he has 3 cats.
There's other stuff. Does he have a pet elf too? Then, because there's an elf right
shut
there.
Up. He likes cats. You can tell he's a cat guy.
3 though.
3 cats.
I think
have
he's
4 dogs. So yeah,
I think he's exaggerating.
No.
If his aunt did,
dude,
marry,
why are we all okay with him once shutting down the White House?
Oh, we did skip over
Nobody
that.
is even questioning that. Like, what the fuck? I'm gonna go bullshit that you shut down the White House once.
Because when would he have done it? Not this administration, not the last one. I don't think. Shit.
Baron, what's yours?
What's my what? What do
What do you think is a
I think
lie?
he's really good at this, and I think he's
it's
tripping
cats.
us. I think he's.
Do you
tripping
think
up
he
us
shut down the White House?
No, yeah.
Oh my god.
The aunt thing that's plausible.
Yeah, that's so
but
plausible.
I think he's tripping us up with like a minor detail. Because what if he has 2 cats?
Yeah,
what if he has
exactly.
5 cats?
Okay, you know
So
what?
I'm gonna go with the cat thing.
She's on to it. It's the cats. The cats is the lie.
How many
You have
cats
no
do you
cats?
have?
I have 1 cat.
See? Damn, you've been getting fooled.
How did
a
you
lot
shut down the
lately.
White
How'd
House?
you shut down the White House?
Wait, yeah.
It was my 8th grade field trip. I accidentally like left my backpack leaning up against the fence. And then they thought
A bomb.
They thought it was yeah.
Accidentally left your back.
Yeah.
Did you get admonished for
They
that?
had to evacuate.
Yeah, like the Secret Service was like mad, and like I was like, sorry, like what?
What do you
I'm,
want
like 12. What do you want me to do? Like
What was
I
in your
messed
backpack?
up.
You're like, can I have my backpack though?
It's just like my books and stuff. Yeah, there's nothing in
That was
it.
a good one, man.
That
nice
was a
work.
good one.
You shut down the White.
You
know
got
what?
us. This was good.
If
They did like the lockdown procedure or whatever.
Can I invite you to
Happens
come with
often.
me to the White House next time I'm there for a party? Because I think it would be funny to.
Dude,
to
that'd
to
be
do that.
awesome.
I
That'd
would
be
bring
awesome.
you as my +1 to the White House just to tell that story to whoever's there to listen. He shut
would
down
be
the White
awesome.
House in 8th grade. We're
Yeah, that'd be great.
this is a promise. Next time that I get invited for a White House event, you're going to be my +1.
Okay, I'm down.
Deal. All right, cool. Connor, thank you so much for coming. Like, this was great. I appreciate you. And for all of you
George.
guys who follow Connor, I want to say thank you. And make sure you always tune in to Fortnite Fridays with Connor Eats Pants because it's never a dull moment.
Thank you.
Thank you. Miss Naja,
That was interesting.
I don't care what you think it
I
was.
learned a lot.
I don't really care. I want to ask Barone. Barone, what'd you think it was?
I'm
Do you
gonna,
think you're gonna hold on, Baron? Do you think you're actually gonna get away with speaking to me like that?
No.
The mood that I'm in
I'm
today.
going to try, but I don't think I'm going to be successful.
Do you think you better dial it back, George? Let's start over.
Oh, Barone, my dear, what'd you think about that?
I'm gonna probably watch something of his. He was an interesting cat.
I really enjoyed him. Like,
It was.
he's a good kid. We disagree on everything,
Now,
but
should
I
we
like
call
him.
him a kid because I was a grown man.
26 years old. He's a kid.
He's 26.
He's making more money than we are, probably.
Connor, sir, call us.
Are you hiring? So, look, in the beginning of the show, you asked me a question that now I kind of feel more comfortable answering.
Yeah.
Would I do a Twitch stream? Probably. But I would need somebody like Connor involved.
To kind of show you the ropes.
Well, because if you don't get somebody who knows what to do and how to do it, I think you'll just fall flat. So
no, you turn on your camera, on your webcam, on your PC, or whatever it is that you use, and you sit there and you let people watch you live doing your thing. You don't have to play video games.
Go fart on a snare drum.
Didn't you what, Barone?
you know what, Barone?
What?
You nasty. You nasty.
Like you can put on. They say like women. One of our producers was telling like girls will get on there and do things in their bikini. So you can put on a cute bikini top.
Oh, I'm going to put a cute bikini top?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And you can dress as your one character. What's the character?
Oh, I will put the bikini top if you put an elephant trunk underwear.
Wait, like a. But I don't.
No. That's a fair. It's a fair exchange.
No, what's the?
Girl, you cross-dressed for Halloween. I saw you.
I was Stewart.
You were cross-dressing.
I was Stewart.
Cross-dressing.
Everybody knows Stewart from Mad TV.
Anyway, so let's get.
No, you have a character because I've seen you in your cross-dress, honey. So just like I think you should. That should be your Twitch persona.
No, look. Let's put it this way. I would totally explore Twitch. I think Connor was very interesting.
I think you should.
Girls, he's single.
And ready to mingle, I think.
So, ladies, you know what to do.
I had fun this week.
We're going to just keep on cranking, and these episodes are just going to get way more fiery. And with that, we'll see you next time. Bye.